Okay, one little thing I'm going to point out, which I know I'm going to get nailed for if I don't say it now. My Tenkujin is not actually a Tenkujin. It's actually a Samurai Star Lightning Megazord from the 2003 was it Power Rangers Ninja Storm. The only difference, of course, is the attachment joint is not painted on the Megazord. I call this a Tenkujin. It is a Tenkujin in my mind. Don't yell at me. Okay, Tenku Senpujin. Very, very easy to change. Basically a limb swap. Basically nothing. It is a limb swap. God damn it, I hate this thing. Still does it. I hate my Tenkujin. See, I just did it right there. Okay, finally. This guy's just this very simple limb swap. I hate that rotor motor. I really, really do. Hurricane Dolphin gets picked on. It's the only one that actually doesn't appear in a couple of these combinations, whereas all the others do. So that is the Tenku Senpujin. Very simple to accomplish and very lopsided. This shoulder joint here is used to dealing with the Hurricane Dolphin. It's not used to dealing with a whole frickin' mecha on the side there. So you can tell that, I mean, this thing is on the verge of popping off, by the way, so I gotta be kind of careful with it. One little thing that I want to point out is that the landing gear bump into the side of the leg there. If you just hold it straight, it just bumps into it like that, so you actually have to pull out in order to set up, and even then they're resting right up against it. It's the only advantage that I find in the what's it called, in the shoulder joint here that the Tenkujin has. It's the only reason that I like that that's in there. Otherwise it's pain in the ass. They should have made it as an accessory attachment. You can still use the the Dynamite Tornado, where the rotor spins on the side here, and then the main Hurricane spins at the same time. That's the attack feature of that. That's the, Tornado. It's a Dynamite Tornado, actually. Okay, so that's that one. Next up, I'm going to be covering the Tenku Gyration. One modifier that you need to be aware of, and this actually comes with both the Tenkujin and the Samurai Star Lightning Megazord, is these two clips. These are required. Well, they're not required. I mean, you can do it. You can do the Tenku Gyration with it, or without it, but it's a real balance issue. Both of these are marked with an L and an R, so you exactly know which arm or which leg you're supposed to attach it to. The bump, easy way to keep track of it is the bump is on the outside bottom edge. And then the same with this one. And all that those do is the Tenku Gyration has a bit of a balance issue. It's kind of back heavy. So what Bandai was very wise to this, all those do is they just tilt it forward a little bit. That's it. That's all it does. Otherwise they're invisible unless somebody points them out to you like they do here. Okay. Remove the double horn cutter. Flip down the chest cannons. I don't know what those chest cannons are called, by the way. Somebody tell me what those are. And that's all you do to the Gyration. With the Tenkujin, now there actually is a good reason why these things are, oh, I'm gonna hate that. Oh, I hate that. And then open up the legs like that. Now this time you actually have to do some playing around with this guy. And then you hold this down like that. Okay. The clips that are usually used for Go-Rai Beetle to lock up the head along with its back, whatever it is, are actually what's going to be used for the clips here. The shoulder joint attachment point is actually not used in this combination. It's just going to slip right in there, just like that, and it's going to snap in place. Another change, this is actually more of a cosmetic change from the series, which you can't really avoid. In the series, the way the stunt suit is set up, the two, these gauntlets, whatever they're called, are actually parallel, and then not hornbreaker, I don't know what this thing's called, this thing slips right in the middle. But the toy version, these are not locking, they're just kind of sitting there, you have to balance it. So in the end, the two arm gauntlet things are kind of set to the side. And that is the Tenku Gyration. I actually kind of like this guy. Push these apart. There. That is the Tenku Gyration. Kind of a cool guy. I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. Let's see. I need to set this up better next time. Oh yeah, okay, right here, there's one other modification I need to point out, which is actually pretty important here, and it has to do with the rotor functions. Two things. One, the blades bump into the, the Go Right Beetles claw thingies very easily. So what you have to do is you have to tilt them down at that 45-degree angle, and then if your damned rotor motor works correctly, you can spin that thing. Other thing is you can see how close the the rotor is to that horn. Very, very, very close. We're talking like, you know, not even millimeters here. It's like that close. It's Super Sentai Mecha type close. So you have to have the arm tilted at 45 degrees. Now, the other thing though, if you want to pose with the, I haven't done it yet, the horn cut, double horn cutter, which I'll just stick this in here, but this problem applies with or without the double horn cutter. The problem is when you tilt the arm forward, it bumps into the shoulder cannon. So as far as posability goes with this guy, you just kind of stuck. You just kind of stuck with the arms at 45 degrees, and that's it. You can spin that up, and that's it for that guy. So like I said, it looks cool, but it lacks the posability. So yeah, okay. Okay, now I'm going to be showing you how the transformation into the Go-Rai Senbujin sword and shield mode works. Now, in order for this to work, you must have the the DX Hyakuju Gatai Gao King and Power Animal number 1 Gao Elephant, or you can get the or you can pick up the store exclusive the DX Hyakuju Gatai Gao Knight. I'm sorry. Either way, you have to assemble 3 components. You have to assemble, or you need Gao Elephant, you need Gao Tiger, and you need Gao Shark. You need those 3 components in order to do this. Doesn't matter where you get it from, you need those 3 in order for this to work. It's a very simple transition, actually. All you do, you take off the arms. I don't know why it is that Bandai did this, making the arms compatible like this, but we've kind of regretted it for like 4 years or something like that. By the way, that right there is regrettable. Look how tiny those freaking arms are. I can't believe it. That has nothing to do even with my complaints about the sword and shield mode, as it is just from the Gao Ranger line. Which I was not impressed with. Really, Gao Elephant was really the only one I disliked. And that's it. Go-Rai Senbujin sword and shield mode. I am not impressed at all with this guy. Not at all. Look, just the tiny, 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 tiny hands. Or very tiny arms, I should say. That does nothing for me. I'm sorry. Posability is this. Oops. Okay, there you go, right there. There's an example right there. You can, twist that or whatever it is. But, and the elbow joints, still flexible, even backwards. But, yeah, I'm not impressed with this mode, not at all. It's nice that they, came up with some method for changing, mixing up the Shinobi machine line, but, or with the Power Animals line from 2001's Hyakuju Sentai Gao Ranger, but I was not impressed with this at all. And finally, I'm going to be highlighting the Tenku Go-Rai Senbujin, which also comes from the Hurricaneer vs. Gao Ranger movie. This combo actually involves, this is actually the only combo that involves all 6 Shinobi machines, including the Tenkujin, of course. This combo is, well, it's pretty much like the, the Tenku Senbujin. Very, very simple. You just take off an arm, and you attach a different limb, and that's it. Tenku Go-Rai Senbujin. Very easy to do. It operates just like the Tenku Senbujin. Flip that over, and that spins, and that clicks. I really hate that. Whatever. One thing I'd like to highlight, though, about this particular combination is it shows how it is to squeaky. It's an old tripod, folks. The joint here it's useful when you use it for the Tenku Senpujin and the Tenku Gyrai Senpujin, because it helps to clear the distance. I showed you earlier how it is that that these things bump the legs, but you can see here because of that extra space that's provided from that new shoulder joint there, it clears the leg just fine, and it also clears the Hurricane Dolphin. However, the big problem is when you attach it, when you finally make the Tenrai Senpujin, which is the, believe it or not, the 5-part combination of this guy. No, it is a 6-part combo. When you make the Tenrai Senpujin, which is not covered here, the chest sticks out too far. That's my biggest complaint about the Tenkujin. That's really my biggest problem. The only thing I would have liked to have seen was an accessory clip that could stick on there, kind of like the heel pads that are used for the Tenku Gyration. If they could have done something similar for the connection joint here, that would have been really nice. Oh yeah, if you want to recreate the, what's that attack called? The finisher attack that they used to kill what's-his-face. It's called the Thunder Blast Cannon, which is basically what you see right here. Yeah, the blades spin, but the trick is, you can't get your hand in here, which is the other thing I disliked about the Gyrai Senpujin, is this is slow enough as it is, but with this dragging on it, it slows down just so fast, so quickly. So, trying to do both at the same time is, well, that's about the best you could do, even with the ripcord, which is, impossible to get in there. But that's another story for another review. So that's it for all 4 of these reviews. It really shows you the flexibility of the Tenkujin. How much was asked of it and what it needed to do. It needed to become an arm, it needed to transform into 2 modes on its own, and then it also needed to become a part of the Tenrai Senpujin. That's quite a bit to ask for such a small mecha. That kind of explains why it's so skeletal. That's all I can think of for these 4 reviews. Or these 4 reviews. Okay, so this is Ava Unit 4A for CollectionDX.com, signing off.